Hey guys, welcome back to chapter 17. This is going to be the last little short video in this first half of the chapter. So you guys have noticed that I have been taking some time to make sure that I'm very explicit about the units on K, that reaction constant. The units on K are very important in this chapter, and they're just going to continue to be important. So I wanted to take the time to just kind of look at a slide. I recommend maybe even printing this slide out and kind of having it with you. But this is going to tell us a little bit more about what the units are and how to predict them or check our answer, whatever. So here is kind of a summary of the units for K. So when we have a zero order reaction or a zero order reactant, the units for K are going to be whatever the rate is. So molarity per second, molarity per minute, whatever the units are for the rate, those are also going to be the units for K. Remember, anything to the zero is just 1, so there's no units over here to kind of add to or cancel out. If we're looking at overall first order reactions, the units on K are going to be just the time. So 1 over seconds, 1 over minutes, or seconds to the -1, they mean the same thing. So overall first order reactions, we would expect the units for K to be just seconds to the -1. The examples that we've been doing have kind of fallen into this category. So second order reactions, so this is overall second order reaction. The units for K are going to be 1 over molarity times seconds. Or molarity to -1, seconds to the -1. So the units for K are going to be molarity and then whatever that time piece is. It could be minutes, it could be days, but both of those are going to be on the bottom of a fraction. We will see overall third order reactions. Units are molarity -2, S -1. And if you're a patterns person, you kind of see the pattern forming here. Whatever the overall reaction order is, so 4, 5, 6, whatever, the units for K are going to be molarity to the negative in -1 times the time to the -1. So there is kind of a pattern here. I like this slide as you're getting proficient at working these problems. I recommend testing yourself, trying to figure out the units for K, and then going back to this slide and being like, oh, did I get it right? That's how I would use this slide, but I think it's a good resource to have close to you, just so you can check your work. That's the last video in this first half. From here, we're going to get into something called integrated rate laws. That's the second half of this chapter, and that's a whole kind of another animal. So study up. I will see you in lab.